All right. Well, I think we're ready to get started here. It's 10 o'clock, top of the hour. So thanks for everyone for coming to our webinar this morning. We are pretty excited to bring to you the nonprofit fundraising solutions for the next normal. So lots of really great ideas here that we'll bring forward to you. My name is Stephanie Drago. I've been here in this industry for 9 years, working in e-commerce and marketing for over 20 years. So I'm excited to be with you here today. We'll share some pro tips, knowledge, product application ideas as they relate to nonprofit. Feel free to chat to any of the panelists, ask questions throughout, and we'll be answering those as we go. So definitely feel free to do that. But first, let's get to know you a little bit more. So what types of nonprofits are you seeing with the most opportunity right now? I'm going to launch a little poll here. You're able to vote. If you have a couple of clients that might be in a couple of different areas, like go ahead and fill that in. And while that's going on, we'll take you through the panelists and introduce you. So Mark Krull, you've been with Navitor going on 14 years, and you're a COVID print specialist, right, Mark?
Yes, that is absolutely correct. Been with Navitor 14 years in various roles, everything from operations to now in sales. So excited to participate in the meeting today.
Glad to have you here, Mark. And Tim Klein, you've been here in print for almost 20 years, I believe, and you're specializing in all things signage. So glad to have you. How are you doing, Tim?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I look forward to another successful webinar. These have been great so far, so looking forward to another one. So thank you.
Great, thanks, Tim. And Marnie Slack, our Senior Sales Manager, been with us for 15 years. Hey there, Marnie.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Excited to be a part of today's session.
Glad to have you. All right, so let's do the poll results here. This will be kind of fun to see. So on your screen, you should be able to see the results, and charitable organizations at 67% of everyone voting here was indicating that that's the most popular. And I would have expected that. That is just by quantity of registrations is that it would be the most popular one. So I think that that's really valid for today. We'll have lots of information for you to learn about how to relate this back to your charitable organizations. We're also seeing another area with social advocacy groups. So is that one? Yeah, that one's showing up a little bit lower than I was expecting. So that's interesting. Foundations being the top next one at 38%. So very interesting there. Chambers of commerce, religious associations. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of those as being centers of our community for information and support. So we'll be able to touch on those today as well. All right, good deal. Let's get into this then. So first of all, we have really had an overwhelming number of distributors who are asking us every day really about new ideas to cover their customers. So some of these resellers are really doing well, and while others might feel frustrated that orders just aren't coming in. So whatever boat you might feel like you're in, we're going to be talking not just about how to get an order, but really talking about emulating those who are getting out there and creating those long-term programs that support the community and fill revenue gaps. So today for our 30-minute webinar, we'll cover what you need to know about nonprofit customers. We've asked distributors what the most important priorities are, and we heard communication with donors, direct mail, mobile messaging, and really those authentic connections. We also heard specific tactics like donor engagement, donation drop-offs. So let's kick this off with the important industry tips, because that's what I promised that you would learn today, is dealing with due to this pandemic. So Marnie, you had some good ideas and background here, so could you give this a start?
Sure, absolutely. So the first priority to understand is understanding relief packages and funding options. So here, you certainly don't have to be an expert, but if you expect to pitch a new idea or circle back to something that you previously discussed pre-pandemic, you need to understand that some of the relief packages and funding available, because again, it may aid you in your efforts to go after that next opportunity. So one of our recommendations would be to take a look at the Council of Nonprofits website for more information. Second, understanding board leadership. So right now, it's really, really important to understand their priorities and how they lead through various challenges they're faced with, whether it be a global pandemic one day or a recent racial injustice the next. So again, understanding priorities is really important. We're hearing all the time about the energy that nonprofits have toward being able to complete back burner research projects because many agencies aren't serving individuals face-to-face. So again, another avenue to pursue. And third, it's important to understand the reality of nonprofits in your area. So take a look at newspapers, online articles, and connect with chambers of commerce just to get a pulse again of what's currently happening with local organizations. One piece of information that I came across when doing some research was that a foundation in Virginia has awarded a $1.5 million grant to nonprofits who promote self-sufficiency. So again, distributors in that area are really helping nonprofits get back into the swing of things through packaging kits. And within these kits are application forms or shelter information, transportation vouchers, and more, all packaged in a simple folder. And that's included with the various services they provide, either food or other supplies.
Yeah, and Marnie, I was going to add to some of that, you know, we've all been kind of watching some of these webinars and hearing about, you know, sometimes what it feels like is like everything is an opportunity. And so one of the things I guess I wanted to just kind of call out is the other side of the picture. So one example is Massachusetts had just recently reported just a few days ago that nonprofits lost more than $8.6 billion in revenue due to the pandemic. So, you know, this is not just all a rosy picture, and we understand that, and what you're dealing with is definitely a challenge. But that's why we're really trying to emphasize, you know your area, cater your message. But then you can balance that also with, you know, thinking back over the 90 days, and we were talking about this as a group and seeing this with distributors as well, is that in the mail, we've also gotten way more direct mail from the causes that we've supported or from groups that we've not even been a part of, but they are out there. So nonprofits have been active over the past 90 days. We also saw, you guys are seeing these in your areas as well, lots of those yard signs. You know, it's not just around political candidates anymore. You know, people are putting causes right there in their front yards that they support and that they think is really important, especially with regards to recent events. So those are just a couple examples of what we're seeing where, you know, it's maybe not the old, you know, kind of standby products that we might have sold originally with nonprofits. Now it's, you know, people are coming together. So it really is time to be innovative. I also included on this article on the fourth point there is the 4 nonprofits out in Florida, they were combining to issue COVID testing. Yeah, that fourth point there, COVID testing plus the services that they normally did, but they had to come together with a hospital and a variety of different organizations to make this possible. So just really another example of, you know, innovation in what nonprofits are looking at. So Mark, I wanted to bring this back to you. So our resident COVID print specialist. So to talk to us about donor engagement, Mark.
Yeah, thanks, Stephanie. Yeah, so now, you know, to talk about how do we keep those donors engaged? How do we continue to communicate with them, and how do we reach and how do we make sure that your clients can reach out to them? So what we're noticing, and we've seen it in our facility as some of our sister companies as well, as we are seeing quite an influx in what I guess some of us would call the good old-fashioned snail mail. Absolutely just reaching out and tapping into the $38 billion, yes, billion with a B, dollar market. Now, again, that's not all just in the nonprofit sector. That's kind of across the board of all markets. But again, it's a very, very large and one of the most important forms of communication right now. And so again, we can continue to do your email campaigns and that sort of thing, but a lot of that stuff does get lost in, you know, in your sea of emails and that sort of thing. So what we're showing is that if you actually reach out with like a direct mail form, whether it's a postcard, brochures, mini catalogs, booklets, flyers, coupon books, etc., you know, all forms of print that, you know, again, that Navitor can help you and your clients with. So right now we have some numbers that are up on here, and we kind of take a look at them. Again, I don't want to bore you with all this, all the different stuff in here, but again, we have, you know, nonprofit direct mail uses of 75% of them are using direct mail. Again, it tells the story better. It allows the customer to touch, to feel, to see, to use bright, vibrant imagery, you know, full color print to tell that story and to convey that the message that they're trying to get across. Again, direct mail response rate to house is 9% compared to 1% email, 1% paid search, 0.3% online display, 1% social media. Again, this is nearly double the 2018 household response rate of 5.1%. Again, 35% of donors say they prefer to respond to direct mail by giving online compared to like with mobile and via mobile devices. Again, 50% more donors will respond to the direct mail when receiving the same call to action across multiple channels. So again, they can continue to use those email campaigns, social media ads, that sort of thing. But again, when you can reach out and send something to their mailbox, it's going to resonate. Again, direct mail with digital ads, again, in the combination, you'll see a 28% higher conversion rate. And again, we got to remember that 98% of all people across the US check their mail every single day. And yeah, there's some junk mail that's going to be mixed in there, but people are going to engage and they are going to look at it. And some of the different products that we want to talk about, to how to get them engaged and how to have that resonate again within this direct mail package is again, is the print. You know, we have our postcards. Many of our postcards, again, we offer many different sizes. All the sizes are compatible for a direct mail type of a program. We offer variable data, so you can actually personalize and add addresses to each one of them. If you want to change the imagery on every card, we're able to do that as well. Enhanced finishes, you know, that's something that we've talked a little bit about in previous webinars, but with an enhanced finish, you can now add even more to that postcard by adding we add a raised gloss, or you can put, you know, a raised foil on top of it, again, to call out more action. We have soft touch. Again, I know that every time I open the mailbox and I receive a card or a postcard from somebody and has that soft touch or that velvety feel to it, it does draw some attention, and I do take a look at what that product and what's going on there. So again, many different sizes, like I said, to accommodate your client's needs. And again, we have seen that there's some stats where oversized postcards will increase the response by 15%. Again, it kind of gets out of that normal 4x6 size and draws more attention. And of course, we do have the brochures. Whoops, sorry about that. I backed up there. Again, with the brochures, again, you can include QR codes, you know, that have links of vital information. And again, folders can be put together within a package or like a kit. You know, with the folder, you could have multiple items that are inserted, and then also added to a large mailing type of an envelope. So speaking of envelopes, kind of what the pro tip that we have with those is that don't stop selling envelopes. We have seen a massive increase because obviously the information now needs more than ever to reach customers in a different way and to ensure that they're seeing that. So we're seeing number 10s, number 9s, your return envelopes, catalog envelopes. There has been an increased demand. So again, don't forget about those envelopes. And also another thing within this sector or within this vertical is going to incentive and gifts, right? A lot of times when you're signing up with a nonprofit, they're going to give you something, you know, for your donations or for your participation. And again, some of the products that Navitor can offer are Post-it notes. Again, pretty simple. We can do very small run on those, and each one can, again, we can personalize them if they need to, or at least put the company's branding and message on those. And again, those are going to be on their desk forefront, right in front of them at all times. Again, sticker sheets. Our LabelWorks division can offer sticker sheets that, you know, again, we can custom die cut, different sizes, different shapes, you know, whatever it is that fits that message that your client is trying to send. Again, fun and eye-catching. And then also something newer that we've gotten into recently is packaging. We can do custom packaging. Again, that allows you to put that personalized brand and personalized shape, size. Again, you can work with our PackageWorks team on that. And again, not retail, it's more of retail packaging, sorry, not like shipping boxes and that sort of a thing. That space we don't quite play in.
Mark, I was getting a question on the, kind of a clarification question, but Joe is asking about postcards and dealing with the mailing services. So you touched on it a bit, but I know you had I think it was like a 40,000 piece order. So maybe you could just kind of touch on that again and kind of go through the differences between mail services and what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sorry about that. I kind of jumped through those postcards, but yeah, so I recently had a client that reached out and they needed 40,000 postcards for their customer. And what they knew, what they had needed from us is obviously we can print the postcards. That's something we can do all day. And then what they did is they have their own their own mailing service that they were working with. So what we did is we actually printed the cards and we sent them to that mailing service provider. And they actually added you know, the information to actually do the mailing. We at Navitor cannot do the physical mailing ourselves. But again, if you do provide us with an indicia, if you do provide us with that information as part of your artwork, again, we can get it ready for that print or for that mail house to take care of those orders, or get it ready for the USPS to take care of those orders and get them sent out to the customers properly. So again, just to repeat, Navitor, we do not offer the mailing service itself, but we can do everything up until that point to assist and help you out in your projects.
Cool. Thanks, Mark.
Yep. And then last but not least, we have our donor, the donor response. Again, it's time to kind of think of things a little bit differently again. So now instead of filling out the forms online, that sort of thing, which can still be done, again, we're noticing more forms are being done along those lines, right? You got to fill out your information, what you plan on donating. And, you know, you'll send that back to that nonprofit. Again, obviously envelopes we've talked about. With envelopes, catalog envelopes, business envelopes, return envelopes. Again, that's something that Navitor can help you with all those projects. We do all sorts of envelopes, window, non-window security, you name it, we probably have it. And again, of course, mailing labels that kind of ride along with the envelopes. Again, we can make personalized labels that you can apply to each one of your envelopes and kind of go from there.
Very cool. And Mark, so you might be kind of getting to this on this slide here, but we are getting a question about like trending products and what's been really popular within nonprofit beyond direct mail kinds of pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect timing, actually. With taking your messages mobile, what we're seeing with the trends is, again, door hangers. We got to bring that message to the customer, to that end customer. Again, in the form of door hangers. We have car decals, sorry, different shapes and sizes. Again, we have this little heart here, which would be, we consider a custom size, our custom shape. But again, whatever the client needs, we'd be able to work with you on that project and get that taken care of. Again, window decals for businesses, for homes, you know, for anywhere that's going to be visible. Again, we can provide those as well. Also postcards, you know, we've talked about yard signs, envelopes, you know, again, you're combining that with some sort of communication, whether it be a letter, a flyer, brochures, postcards, whatever it may be. But again, that communication we're really seeing and noticing that increase in envelope work, an increase in flyers work, an increase in letterheads and that sort of thing. And again, it's just a more personal way of communicating with that end customer and setting, you know, instead of sending over kind of an email that really doesn't have much feeling to it, or it's just not quite the same. So we continue to do so. And speaking of yard signs, Tim, I believe you have a success story that you were talking about that you've come across recently as well.
Yes, thank you, Mark. So good morning again, everyone. I'm going to start off with a case study involving yard signs. So recently, we worked with a distributor here for fundraising. Group events have been significantly impacted by the pandemic, as we all know. In this example, which I'm talking about, Navitor worked with the distributor to transform this national nonprofit event into a virtual charity walk. And how'd they do that? Well, the solution was to create an easy to use ordering site where charity participants order yard signs to place in their yards to gain awareness. Templates are all branded to the organization standards. Users can upload their own image into the template in support or in memory of a loved one. And additional products such as commemorative posters were added to the site as well. Products were then drop shipped to individuals throughout the nation. Signs were placed in yards of family members, supporters, and community locations instead of just along a walk route. Revenue, an expected annual order of 10,000 yard signs per year, and including commemorative posters creates a revenue of over $100,000 annually. So if you want to get started, call Navitor for consultative support. We partner with distributors to bring these programs to organizations and nonprofits. Donation drop-offs. So I'll be talking about that next here. So in this slide here, you'll see some neat things. So signage and graphics can take shape, different materials, different sizes, And I think the biggest thing here that's important to take away is the flexibility, cost effectiveness of the signage that you're seeing. Pretty much everything you're looking at here can be moved around. It's very mobile. You can put it inside, outside. If you want to direct traffic outside of the drop-off center, you can certainly do that, as well as direct traffic inside as well. So it's important that it's not just the people, the volunteers, but also the people dropping off as well, that everybody knows where to go, what to do, and has clear messages everywhere. So just want to, the drop-off feather banner there on the right-hand side, that's what we call, is known as soft signage. So just a great form, again, very light, very mobile, can move indoors and out. And then you see the sanitizer stand and the banner there on the left-hand side. Again, very easy to move, very flexible to use in all situations, and very cost-effective as well. So as you enter, so you want to remind your community that their support helps change the lives of many, and clearly communicate new safety protocols, safety protocols as donors drop off and recipients pick up. So I just mentioned sale signs positioned near the parking lot and entry, let the public know you're open and accepting donations. Use the outdoor durable banners to indicate drop-off locations or emergency drop-off stations. So again, clearly communicating protocols, maybe any new safety initiatives and things like that as we navigate through this pandemic. So, and also indicate traffic flow and waiting zones using yard signs or paint messaging directly to pavement using stencils. So again, it's that indoor, outdoor, making sure everybody outside the facility and inside knows exactly where to go, and as everybody's as safe as possible.
And Tim, we were getting a question here.
Oh, yep.
You're getting a question around innovation, and I know was talking about like packaging being a new product we brought forward, and then we also have, you know, custom shapes and so much like that. But I was thinking, I know you're going to talk about sanitizer stands, but that might be a good one to call out here in answer to their questions.
Yeah, thank you, Stephanie. So if there's anything to take away on this slide, it's number 3, the hand sanitizer. And the reason I say that is when we talk about converted manufacturing or transforming products, or coming up with R&Ding and coming up, staying ahead of the curve, it's really about, starts with the hand sanitizer here on this slide. We put a lot of resources and utilizing machines to customize, to not only just create the sanitizer stations, but also make them customizable and make them just useful in all sorts of verticals. And so this is really the latest and greatest of our products here as it relates to the pandemic and COVID-19, and making everybody safe from, you know, location to location, and either inside, outside, and what that does too is it gives everybody a lot of confidence that they come into the location and they see hand sanitizers everywhere, and that they know that they're safe and that things are clean, and that the station or the location is doing everything they can to keep everybody as safe as possible. So, and then again, floor decals are a low-cost product that can be used either indoors or outdoors to encourage social distancing. And retractable banners, again, are a great way because they're easily movable and very inexpensive. So drop-off safety and sanity. So cloth face masks, mask hooks, again, so this goes back to converted manufacturing and making, giving you guys more than just signage and more than just graphics. And so the cloth face masks, cloth face masks are one of our newer products. It's important to make sure people feel safe at your event. Supply volunteers and attendees with pleated cloth face masks to promote safety. Now I will just say this because I know it'll probably come up. We do just offer the plain white cloth. We do not offer any branded options at this point. Mask hooks are great because what they do is they attach to the face masks, and they actually go around your head. So we call them ear savers. So they're not constantly pulling on your ears and make it more comfortable. So we provide face mask hooks for volunteers and staff, can be customized with your nonprofit logo, are disposable, sanitary, and made from heavy duty recyclable paper. Again, that goes back to that converted manufacturing where we just took our equipment and used some R&D and came up with a great product that will help to partner with the cloth face mask to make things just more comfortable and easy for people to wear face masks. So, and then fast turn labels.
Tim, we are getting a few questions around the marketing materials, so I might just have to like kind of move us through to get to that section.
Sure. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's go into the next section with some of the marketing tools. I just want to make sure that you guys have a chance to hear about that. We did get a lot of questions there. We've got some cool and interesting new options for you. And based on our conversations, we know that you're really looking, you're coming kind of from the perspective of being so short-staffed. So Marnie's got some good ideas and tools for you. So Marnie, you want to walk us through a few of these?
Sure, absolutely. So first up, videos. I saw some questions come through the chat. So we have created a variety of videos in our library, and the good news is that we have more on the way. So in a quick 40-second clip, a single vertical will be featured, and it will highlight a variety of products. So share these with your customers to really jumpstart the conversation. Note again, they're quick, they're upbeat, and they're another way that we're helping you target your customers. So here, there's going to be a video pop up, and that's just an example. So one thing to keep in mind that if you want an unbranded video, you'll need to log into Navitor.com to get that. And finally, we're seeing distributors really take advantage of these videos by personalizing them and sending them on to their customers. So again, if you have any questions about that, please reach out to us. Next, I want to talk a little bit about social toolkits. So our marketing team has created over 40 different posts for you to use on social media. We want to help you be highly successful. So again, this is an opportunity for you to reach new customers and new verticals. So using a simple PowerPoint format in 3 easy steps, you can share vertical market related content. So again, if you're interested in creating a nonprofit related post, you'd simply get those social media slides, right click, save that image to your desktop, and then post the image. And we've also included suggested text, and it is really that easy. So a pro tip here is to be sure to like, share, and comment because it will help your business stay top of mind and help you stay relevant and expand your reach. Next, I want to touch base on just real quickly on our e-booklets. So again, for those of you who have been on our webinars or have seen our e-booklets, they're a valuable tool within our comeback solutions. They represent top industries and they include products, specifications, and application ideas. So again, keep in mind that these are accessible to you via Navitor.com. Mark, as we move on to the next slide, this really features our comeback solutions that are available on Navitor.com. Again, the various verticals, specific resources that we've created, and then again, either branded or non-branded. So a couple of things that I want to call out before we leave here today is be on the lookout for more information regarding our weekly installments for this webinar series. Visit the website and again, be sure to bookmark it. And then while you're there, be sure that you sign up for our weekly emails and to stay updated. At this time, I want to toss things back to Stephanie.
All right, guys. Yes. So free access to materials and member-only materials. You know, people have said that these are like gold to get in front of your customers, and like Marnie's been saying, make it look your own. So that's just been really what we've seen a lot of success for folks with. So we are at time. Thank you very much for joining us all today. We'd really appreciate your feedback and are sending you out the link as soon as the webinar closes. You'll see that. We'd really love to hear your feedback, ideas, questions, concerns. What else do you need? So very interested there. Thank you to everyone on the panel, and thank you to all the folks on the call today. Get out there and start transforming. Thanks.